Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Siddesh from VERGER Group, and right now here with us we have Mr. Khaled. He'll be taking the webinar today, and I'll be the one presenting it to you. I think we are good to start, Khaled. We have enough people. We can start the webinar. Over to you, Khaled.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our today webinar. I'm Khaled Mahmoud, the Senior Business Development Executive at VERGER Group for Quality, and I will be your speaker for today. Over the next 30 minutes, we will be talking about the process of exporting to Egypt and the COI, Certificate of Inspection, and why the Certificate of Inspection is mandatory for all your shipments that exported to Egypt. But before we got started, there's just a couple of things I want to tell you so you can get the most out of this webinar. Me and my colleague Siddesh will be more than happy to answer all your questions as we go along. So please feel free to post them in the chat box. There will be also time for the questions and answers at the end of the webinar. Also, if you have any additional questions after the webinar ended, you can forward at our email, and we will put our contact details after the webinar ends. Also, in case you miss any of the webinar time and or you have to leave early, we will email you with the link of this webinar. So let's now get started with our topic, exporting to Egypt. Okay, exporting to Egypt, this is our agenda for today. Let's start by our company, VERGER Group. VERGER Group was established like 5 years ago, and we are an official accreditation body by the NAPCAP, the National Accreditation Board for Certification Bodies. Also, we are accredited here in Emirates by INAS, Emirates National Accreditation System, and GAC, by the way, Gulf Accreditation Center. We are covering most of the regions all over the world, like Middle East, North Africa, Australia, Asia, and Europe as well. Also, we have accreditation with Saudi government to issue SASO and Cyber certificate, and as well, for the topic of today, we are accredited from GoIC, General Organization in Egypt, to issue the certificate of an inspection. So let's start our topic today for Egypt trade, but let us highlight about the Egyptian trade. What is the most important countries that trade with Egypt in export and import? We have 5 major countries. It's China, United States, Italy, and Saudi, and Turkey. Also, we can add some countries like India and Emirates, but this is the most important 5 countries that is trading with Egypt in exporting and importing. Now we are talking about also the export products from Egypt. The most export products from Egypt is, as you can see, is agriculture products, textile, petroleum, chemicals, and machines. As well, for the import products, we can see that we have also machines and food and chemicals and petroleum products and pharmaceuticals. This is the major product that is dealing with import and export in Egypt, and this is like the demogram showing the percentage for every single product, how it depends on the trade to Egypt. So this is an overview for Egypt trade, and now we are going to our topic. If you are looking now to export your product to Egypt, and why this certificate is mandatory. Okay, we have now a certificate of inspection. This certificate certifies that your product has been inspected from one of the certificate bodies, which is approved by GoIC in Egypt, and it must assure that the buyer product meets all the requirements and the regulatory standards for the Egypt organization. Okay, so this inspection verifies the product quality and safety standards for all the products that be exported to Egypt. The COI, and it's mandatory. Why it's mandatory COI? As you see, the World Trade Organization advised all the countries to use the certificate of inspection to make fast release for the shipment through the borders and not to make any congestion. So the COI now is mandatory for all the countries that strict import regulations on the products that will be imported to its land, such as Egypt. So it's a mandatory certificate for all the products that it's exported to Egypt, and it must meet all the requirements and the regulations for Egypt government. Now we will check the documents that you need to provide for every single shipment. You have to send it to our company in the beginning of the process. Is needed, like the test report, the packing list, the commercial invoice, the ACID number, and the bill of lading, and the HS code. Let's take it step by step. First one is the test report. Here we are talking about a test report from an accredited lab holding ISO 17025. Also, the packing list is included in every shipment, and as well the commercial invoice. Concerning the ACID number, this ACID number is Advanced Cargo Identification number. It contains from 19 digits. It can be done through the importer. Importer must go to NAFESA portal and upload all the documents and the information about the exporter and the product details. And this ACID number is mandatory for all the sea shipments. But the air shipment and the land shipment is not mandatory, the ACID. The other documents, like bill of lading also provided for the shipment, and the HS code for the product and the product. This HS code and the product name, you must provide to check all if it's regulated or not, and to verify the standards that for this product, and to make the test report according to this standard. So this we are talking about now, all the documents that you must provide for the company. This is the first thing. After you provide all your documents to VERGER Group, here we, after receiving all your documents containing the photos of the product and the dimensions and weight and the materials, this is the specification of the product must be mentioned in the commercial invoice. And also after we receive the test report, this test report must be sent through the exporter, and it must meet all the regulations, and it must be also, as I told you before, it must be from accredited lab holding ISO 17025. So after receiving this information, we will now start the technical review. Our technical team will start to review all the test reports and set a date for the inspection, arrange the date of an inspection, and verify that the product match all the provided details in the commercial invoice that you have sent. Also, this inspection can be done physically in your premises, or we can make it remotely. So now, after reviewing the documents and make the inspection, now it's time for certify the certificate of inspection. So certificate of inspection now must have a draft before anything. We must issue a draft certificate and forward to the client to review all the information in the certificate is matching the details that they provided in the commercial invoice. So after we receive the confirmation from the client, we can now issue the certificate of inspection. It will help you to make release for your shipment in the Egyptian borders. After your shipment arrived, it will be so easy to be cleared with this certificate of inspection, and it must be issued before the shipping date. So now the certificate of inspection, after we received the confirmation on the draft, we issue the certificate, and it must be available or issued before the shipping date. After this, you can provide it to the borders, and it will be more easy to release your shipment. Now, we are going through our product and our accreditation. According to the government decree number 991, we are authorized for the following products. And concerning the other products, we are in process now to register with GOIC. We also will be notify you with once we get this approval. So now it's time for your questions. If you have any questions regarding exporting to Egypt, to make it more clarifications. Okay, so you can start your questions, drop your question in the chat box, and we will answer it.
Yeah. Can you answer his question?
Yes.
What is the role of registration of factories and distribution centers according to decrees 43 and 991 and 992? Does it affect the
registration of factories must be done through the importer. This he must register the trademark and the factory. But here we are talking about the certificate bodies that take approvals for the decree to certify the certificate of inspection. So we are only approved in decree number 991, not 403. So the factory must register through the importer, the exporter must register his factory and register his product. Concerning which test reports are needed for electrical sockets. So our technical review, after you send the product and the HS code, will give you all the test report needed because this can be done also, only through the technical team. So after you send us the HS code and the product photos, we will provide you with the test report needed.
There is one more question. Will you consider UAE ESMA or GMARC certificates if the product already has those? If the product already has UAE ESMA or GMARC certificates,
yes, it needs also certificate of inspection because you are exporting to Egypt, and Egypt is mandatory to have certificate of inspection. So if you are registered under UAE ESMA or GMARC, yes.
What about
fees structure? We can forward it for you. Maybe because we are we have the fees structure, it's already done, but we have test reports or the test report done through us or not. You inspection physically or remotely, everything will be sent to you through the email with also the certificate of inspection fees. Can you get assist buyers? No, buyers. Look, bro, you can go in contact, direct contact with GOIC in Egypt, the general organization in Egypt. Maybe they can help you with a list of contacts. Maybe they can provide you some clients that import to Egypt. Yes, please drop our email and contact general with which test reports are needed. Yes, as I told you before, also the test reports will be mentioned through the technical team. After review the product and the HS code and the photo of the product, we can provide you with the test report needed for each product.
We need the test report from ILAC aggregated lab. Okay.
Yes, accredited lab. Yes,
Yeah.
it must be from accredited lab holding ISO 17025.
So I wanted to ask, are we approved for ceramic tiles?
Yeah.
Okay,
Ceramic.
we have one question about the time frame to finish the COI. COI, after receiving all the documents, if your documents is were received, and after inspection, we can issue the draft immediately, and you can review it. And if you give us the confirmation, we can issue the certificate in the same day, no problem. But it must be before, as I told you, before the shipping date. Yes, concerning also the prices, I will share the prices. If we have all the emails for the client, yes, for the attendees. So we can send you an like all the information needed about the certificate of inspection, including the fees also.
And there was one more question, Shashwat. It was about
Yeah.
ceramic tiles. So yeah, I
Yes,
think you can
ceramic.
send the inquiry for us. We are approved for ceramic
Okay.
tiles. Email
Yes.
ID
Yeah.
is mentioned in the chat box. If not, you can also see the number on screen. If you
Yeah.
want, I can Shashwat also drop your Indian number. If anybody from
Sure.
India is reaching out, they can directly get in touch with you on that. Yeah, he's asking for the procedure. Yes, Mr. Mahesh, you can get the procedure on email.
Yeah.
Shashwat will be in touch with you.
Yes. Mr. Shashwat can be like your link in India, and he can attend you all the procedure through the email. So no problem at all. Yes, Mr. Shashwat?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Mr. Mahesh, I would like to add like our ceramic tiles is under our scope. Okay. I have mentioned my email address and also my contact number. You can contact me directly. Okay.
If there are any other questions, we'll keep the
Yes,
meeting.
if you have any other questions, please feel free to forward in our email. We send Joshua email and mine as well. I was so happy today to be with you in this webinar, and I hope that it will be an added value for you and for your information to know about the procedures about how to export to Egypt. And hopefully we can meet again in next webinars to give you any updates if happen. Thank you and see you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. It was a pleasure having all of you guys here. If you have any more questions, there is a number on the screen. We have also shared the number in the chat, or you can just drop your queries at inquiry@vergergroup.com, and that's it. Thank you so much for joining. We are now terminating the meeting.